Matteo, how are you, sir?
Hey man, hey Stevens, all good man, thank you.
Good to see you again. We've obviously spoken a couple of times this year through a connection of ours, so appreciate your time today. The purpose of this conversation and this chat is really just to hear from yourself about more your journey with content posting and what it has done for you and your brand. And you're one of a couple of people who advise founders that I work with to check out
You?
for inspiration. I think I've been pretty clear with you in terms of
Yeah,
content and how much I've learned from your LinkedIn. So just want to say thank you first
you're
of all.
welcome. Thank you. I appreciate.
So the what I always like to do, obviously, before we get into things, is I like to just give an overview of why I think your content is good and what I like about it. What I enjoy with your content is just the consistency with your posting and how much you actually use video. And
Mm.
this is actually one of the reasons why I wanted to do this, because I've always looked at your profile and I've seen how consistent you are with video. And it's something that I'm trying to get better at. So this is also one of the ideas that I said is like, hey, why don't I actually just jump on a call with these guys and speak to them through video? So thank you for the inspiration.
No worries, man. I appreciate.
Um, but let's get into things in terms of introductions, I suppose. Can you introduce yourself and more specifically your company in terms of what you do and maybe a bit around where you're from, but maybe.
Yeah. So, my name is Matteo. Pleased to meet you all. I mean, the only thing I know, as I always say, is sales. I've been in sales basically all my life. I'm 40 years old, and I'm Italian originally, and I used to live in Dublin in Ireland for like 11 years, where I started my career there in Ryanair. And then from Ryanair, I went to a couple of startups, always like as team lead, salesperson, and then I went to LinkedIn for 4 years, which is maybe one of the reasons why I'm posting on LinkedIn consistently. And then after that, I started my journey in startups in 2016. I joined the startups in the Dog Patch Labs. For those who are in Dublin, they know it's one of the best, I think, incubator and space for startups. And after that, I kept, working in startups and leading sales team. In the meantime, I moved into sales leadership role. And then 2020, I decided to try and, just for 6 months to go back to Italy. And it actually became 3 years now, and we moved back to Italy. And in Italy, I spent the first 2 years as a VP sales, head of sales in scale ups and startups, always building sales teams. And in the meantime, I kept receiving like actually 5, 6 requests every month from CEOs and founders say, hey, can you help me build my sales team? Okay, which CRM should I use? Which sales cycle, blah, blah. And after I've done this for multiple times for free, I decided to leave the corporate world and I started my own fractional company. So I'm a fractional VP sales. I started this in January last year. I remember I signed my first customer after 12 days from LinkedIn. I posted on LinkedIn that I was launching my business. I got 3 messages say, hey, oh yes, we can, I'd like to work with you, blah, blah. And from that time, it went like I hit 6 figures in 4 months, 5 months, and it kept going very, very well. And before it was only me, doing as a fractional VP sales for early stage startups below 5 million ARR. And then now I have a few people working with me, and that I'm calling us Go to Fractional, which is more of a company kind of thing, but still, let's say mainly me plus a couple of people working in this space right now.
Brilliant. I'd love to see the growth, and congratulations on expanding.
Thanks, man.
So I think you've touched on a lot of great points there, and how I've sort of opened up this discussion with Samir, who I spoke with previously, is like, why do you post content on LinkedIn?
So this year I posted 150 times already.
Last
And
year.
I think last
year.
year I posted, I'm looking at Shield, which is my my tool. Last year I think I posted 285 times. So basically it's almost every day. There is multiple reasons, but let's say the first reason for the consistency is the fact that I enjoy doing that. So if you read me on LinkedIn, that's me. Because as always, you know, you can fake for 1 month, even for a year, but you cannot fake for 10 years, right? So that's very important. So I don't fake it. I really am who I post, the content I write about, the content I shoot video about, the content I do the newsletter about is it's something I enjoy talking about, which is how to build and scale your first sales team. That's it. I don't talk to Microsoft leadership teams and say, hey, you should do medic qualification, blah, blah. I talk to early stage founders and I tell them, hey, I've been in your shoes. I haven't founded the company, but I've been in your shoes building sales team multiple times. Okay. Avoid this mistake. Do this instead. You know, so that's my narrative. And I just like it, like every day, and I believe that the fact that I do this for free, because it's free, it's super valuable. Because that the opportunity that you know, the fact that I share so much on LinkedIn, and people tell me also sometimes, many people, you don't even imagine how many people come to me and say, hey, you share too much. You actually I share templates. I share free template. It took me 3 days to build. I share 10 years of knowledge, you know, just in one post, you know. And why I do this for free? Because I think that people need to hear, you know, and I still see so many founders making mistakes, and that's why I'm there, like day in, day out. And plus I do a lot of repurposing. So if you follow me, for example, now I'm on holiday, so I'm using most of my old material and, you know, repurposing in different sources and stuff. So people don't even notice that, but you know, that's repurposing also a way to post consistently, like for 280 days, like happened to me last year.
Yeah, I read some interesting stat that, you know, 90% of people don't see your content, 5% maybe do see your content, and then after a couple of weeks, it's gone already out of their mind. So
yeah, it can, after, you know, I usually go like post from 6 months ago, most liked. Again, I use Shield. This is an app that give me all this LinkedIn stats, and I repost it in different ways. Like I do a video. If I did a newsletter, I'll do a post. If I did a video, I'll do a if I did a newsletter, I'll do a video. So I'll try to repurpose a different medium.
nice. Very cool. I suppose you introduced at the start a bit around your journey, and you mentioned that you worked at LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Can you walk me through just like what has your journey been like, you know, with content posting compared to like when you first started and to where it is now, like how important it is to you, and just a bit around that journey.
Yeah. I mean, I'm the weird thing about posting on LinkedIn is that actually at the beginning, you have the help of the algorithm. So you can post as anything you want, and you will go almost viral because it's the beginning. And now I spend sometimes like hours on post, and then it goes to like 5 likes, 6 likes, whatever. So I started very like I mean, the only thing I had in mind, Steven, was consistency. I wanted to post every day, almost every day. I don't sweat about, but I usually wake up at 6, and from 6 to 8, it's my time for brainstorming, from thinking, for writing. So you know, I have 2 small kids, so I could actually use a couple of hours of sleep, but extra sleep. But I try to be consistent and waking up at 6 every day, you know, and try to have my time, my protect time of brainstorming, content creation, and so on. I started very much learning on the internet. I did like some Justin Welsh. I did the LinkedIn OS, a couple of Justin Welsh courses, which helped me get out of the way at the beginning. But then I kept refining the post. And for example, video has been one of the things that I think has been the most impactful for me. So I got multiple clients with that signed with me, 10, 15,000, 20,000 euros contract that told me, oh, I saw your video. And video is something that I enjoy because, first of all, I enjoy seeing my face on the screen. So I want to be clear and transparent. This is a bit of ego, of course, because otherwise I wouldn't be doing this, right? So there is a bit of ego of liking my face on the screen. I mean, I don't like my face too much. Like I don't wake up every day and go in front of a mirror and say, oh, I look. But I like talk myself on the screen. I just like it, and that's fine. I do it. That's why I do it. But most important has been the impact. So as I went on the journey of posting, I start adding more carousel and videos and screen sharing and all of that. I think that's really, really kind of changed my journey. I mean, even if I don't have many followers and I don't really look at the number of followers, I don't care, to be honest, how many followers I have. But I have seen that after the video, I start increasing the number of quality followers, like lots of CEOs, lots of founders looking at, commenting and stuff. And that's also very, very important for my inbound, because I have an inbound driven organization, so I don't usually do outbound right now. I'll try to stay on the content creation as my outbound, and it grew very, very, very fast. There is a bit of a hiccup in the couple of last months. I think there is a huge, I don't know what's happening with impression, but I don't care. I just keep posting, and I'm sure it will be fine as long as
I suppose when you're trying to get better at understanding the algorithm, is that something that you concern yourself about, or you just sort of go with it?
I mean, I will be lying if I say I'm not pissed, because I spend many hours in content creation, and sometimes I'm pissed. Sometimes I hate the fact that if I post a picture of me, a selfie, I get 10 times more impression if I post I don't know, a piece of HubSpot sales cycle, for example. I just hate this, but I know it's social media at the end of the day, and it works like that. No, I try not to beat the algorithm, but because I will never be able to do that. But and I'm not concerned. I'm just sometimes pissed because I spent some time, and I don't understand why. It takes me like 2 hours to do like a nice video, and or 1 hour doing a nice video, and then I go on a day and somebody posts a selfie and say, hey, I was broke 10 years ago, and then it starts, I just don't understand that, but it's okay.
You mentioned something interesting there around time. A lot of the founders that I work with, they're typically sometimes pre-revenue, they've just got some funding, and they're trying to juggle a lot of different things. And some of the things that they say to me is, I'm too busy, or I don't have time. What's
Me too.
your advice? Yeah. What's your advice? And
I wake up early.
Right, okay.
I mean, there's nothing I can do. If I start I don't have time either. I mean, I have 2 kids, I have a business now. I have also a few people helping me. So I wake up before. I mean, I go to sleep earlier and I wake up early. That's how I carve out some time. Even because my lunch break is most of the time is like locked in for, I want to have my lunch, but I also want to go to the gym or to play paddle, to do something, I need that, because otherwise I'll start go crazy. So I just wake up early.
Nice. You mentioned there around impact, and you sort of gave an example of the one video that resulted in a new opportunity. Is there one win that you're most proud of, or that comes to your mind to say, you know, if I didn't post that, I wouldn't have been in this position?
My
Or
first customers. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't from my post on LinkedIn.
well,
I remember I sent my first customer, as I said, like after 12 days, sorry, after 8 days after I launched my website and my business, posting a LinkedIn video. I did a video on YouTube actually.
yeah,
And I say, hey, I'm launching my business. And LinkedIn quickly recognized that, you know, and the kind of post boosted me. I got lots of likes. And then from that, I got the first, I think 30,000 euros, just like this, which for me was like 6 months pay before, like
yeah,
5-6 months. No, I mean, VP sales, I used to at least have very good like salary
yeah,
and bonuses, but I didn't expect to hit that figure like so quick. And that was then thanks to LinkedIn. 67% of my revenue last year came from LinkedIn.
well,
So yeah,
and that's something that you're actively trying to track and as part of your metrics.
I track that because I have my HubSpot CRM and I have my source and I use write down.
Okay, yeah.
Last year I had like almost I don't know, 50 deals won, 50 logos, new logos, and I try to track everything in terms of understanding. You know, I think it was 2 outbound, 20 referrals, and the rest was inbound coming from LinkedIn. And the newsletter as well. So the newsletter is a big one too.
Yeah.
So the fact that I write every Saturday morning, tomorrow I think I'm gonna send it 86th. It's the 86th.
Congrats.
newsletter.
So it sounds like an absolute no-brainer for
It's not for me. It's no brainer. I mean, for everyone, it should be no brainer. I mean,
Yeah.
regardless if you have the best product in your hands or you're just like me trying to pay the bills at the beginning, of course, because that's when when you leave a full-time corporate VP sales job to join to launch your own fraction of VP sales startups. It's not written anywhere that is gonna go well, right? So I didn't know that. So but I think that posting on LinkedIn every day, almost every day, has been a game changer.
So I think there's been a lot of tips and tricks that you've given, in this quick chat, but is there anything like top couple 1 to 3 tips that you would recommend?
Templates,
yeah.
Templates, yeah. Story, listicles, video, carousel, personal stories. Just prepare templates for that, and then you of course update it. I'll try to write over it all the time, as I said, like new fresh material. But again, you can template that for you can use ChatGPT for idea. I use Grammarly because I'm not native English speaker, so I use Grammarly a lot. But for example, I use ChatGPT for like write. I just use for brainstorming or I write a newsletter and I said ChatGPT, can you make it like more easy to read and so on. But usually the content creation is mine. It's, templates. And then I will say post all the time at the same time. So you post every day at 9 a.m. so people know at 9 a.m. that there is my post there. And the last one is I know I feel like stupid saying the word, but consistency. And you will never hit the jackpot your first post like I did, because I was lucky. 2023 was the beginning of the creator economy, blah blah. Now it's overwhelmed. So everyone is a creator. Everyone is trying to post something. Everyone is trying to win somebody else's attention. So yeah.
Just getting towards the end now, but in terms of like measure, and I think you're probably, from what I hear and is that you seem to put a lot of thought and work into like the numbers and the metrics. How do you measure your success with content posting? Do you get like bogged down on the likes, or like is that not something that you worry about too much?
It's the quality of the network. So if I see CEOs and founder liking one of my posts, and I see like there was a poster last week. I think I got 10 likes, 7 founders. My ICP,
Yeah.
early stage founders. That means I'm doing something right. Yeah, that's the only thing. That's the only thing I mean, I don't lie. I mean, I got one of my posts went viral at some stage. I got 500 likes, 200 comments, 500 followers. No, sorry, 2,000 likes. I don't remember, but it went viral for the wrong reason. To the wrong. I mean, even if it was an okay post, but the wrong audience. I didn't care about any of those followers. I will trade that 500 followers with 50 founders, all the time. So I'm very much on to get the right network.
Quality over quantity.
I don't connect with people that they're not within my network, that I don't know personally. So I'll try to really protect the network, and that's why I have 6,000 followers. I'm sure I could have had 10,000 by now. I'm okay.
Yeah, higher quality audience, which means better
Okay.
potential
Okay.
conversions.
Yeah.
So any closing remarks for anybody who might be listening to this in terms of just
It's about systemize this system. So just put the system in templates, like I said, in consistency in time, wake up early or do your night walks, for example, if you want. But you need to have write down. Use this small thing, to write down some ideas that I have while I talk, I write, and then I have a system for it. I use Publer, I use my Notion for the templates and stuff. And then at some stage after almost over a year and a half now, it's fine. I don't need a template anymore. I have everything. It's here. I can go there and write in one way, in one go, a nice piece of post on LinkedIn, or I can do a video quickly and so on. But I can do this now because I was sweating before.
so just get started, huh?
Exactly. Yeah, that's when you feel okay, and you don't need to be an extrovert. I just want to say that. People think, oh, I'm not an extrovert like you. I mean, if you throw me in a party among people, even if people I know, I'm very introvert. I don't speak to people I don't know, and even with the people I know, I'm very an introvert. But if you throw me here doing this, I'm fine. So I think it's all about try to find your way. And if you don't want to post every day, just post every week, every month, whatever. Just find your rhythm and go.
Has to be comfortable for you first before.
Needs to be comfortable for you first, and don't, because if you cannot fake it for 10 years.
Yeah. Well, Matteo, we'll leave it there.
Right.
I appreciate your time and
thank you, buddy.
continuing your journey.
Thank you, man. Thank you,
so much.
Steven.